Hello, this is Kinch. I'm going to show you how to trade in Magic Online. First, with the standard client. Um, so I've made a deck here, or actually downloaded a deck list just to show you this, and I'm missing some cards, so I can't play this deck. So how do I go get these cards? Um, you could make a list and trade and do a search for these things, but there's a couple of shortcuts that are a little bit easier to handle. As you can see, the red um, tells you you're missing cards. The problem with this particular view doesn't tell you how many you're missing. So I find the best way to get your missing cards is to go ahead and go in here and start taking out the cards that you have and return all these to the card pool. These are ones that are not labeled red. We'll move this unmake over here. But what will happen if this is another kind of tricky thing, is when I move these unmakes back to the card pool, these ones will turn non-red. Whoops. Well, I just need to have one. I have all these. Do I have... And I can get rid of all this land. And one Pilarios. So this should be an accurate list of things that I need. For this deck to work. So what I want to do is save it as something that I remember. Let's save as Orzhov Wish. And I'll just go ahead and save this as a net deck just for the heck of it. Doesn't really matter where you save as long as you know where to find it. Okay, that's fine. So now I'm ready to go out and get cards. Excuse me again. So what I want to do is I'll go home, and that's the trade tab, which strangely shows up as classifieds on your community classifieds on your tab. And I usually search for common, although there's like all sorts of bots here that you could use. In fact, I would probably just gonna say that I'm gonna go ahead and use the half penny bot because I really like there they are. And I open a trade. And I get his trade binder showing up. And I've traded with this bot before, so I have some credit with him, so that's irrelevant for this particular demonstration. So I could go through here and just go through the binder and pick stuff and drop them down into this little window here at the bottom to show what we're getting, which you can't make bigger or smaller, unfortunately. But what you do is you load your wish list. So I put that under net deck, and it was called Orzhov Wish. And I load that. Now what it does is looks for matches within his trade binder and my trade binder. And it looks like I have I could buy 5 cards here. Which is, I'm not sure, I can't really tell unless I'm, if that's going to get me all the way to where I need to be for that particular deck. Because I don't think there's any way for me to look at my wish list now. I guess I can go back to my deck editor. Did I need 2 blind hunters and 3? Yeah, I needed 2 blind hunters and 3 Pillory of the Sleeplesses. Sleepless. Sleepless. And then you do the trade. And And you continue to do that for as long as you can, whatever trade partners you need to get your cards. That's the way this one works. I find it a little weird. You can't make this window larger, so if you get a big list, you have to scroll through it. It's you still get to see all this kind of stuff. You don't really, unless there's a way for it to filter, I don't really know. But you can do search. I mean, obviously there's filters, but um, uh, let's say I wanted to look for ghostly flicker or something. Well, there's flickering spirit, and there's ghostly flicker, and this particular interface is pretty good. It tells you how many you own. Like, oh, I don't need ghostly flicker. I own 4. And flickering spirit for trade 20, and I own none. And you could do the same thing for any card, really. It's helpful, but that's the best way to find the cards, especially when you're dealing with somebody who has a huge amount of cards for trade. I mean, 163,000. You don't want to go through all those. So get a wish list and load it in and make the trade. And I will be back on another and show you the other client.